Hey guys, this is Kartika Kanpal from Apex Serve, and well, before we begin, I hope you guys had a really happy Diwali with your friends and family, and even during the Murat trading session, I hope you ended that on a green note and are ready to start the new year with a good, well, with a bang, in fact, which is good. Now, I might sound a bit low because I am again kind of sick, down with the cold and flu. I don't know why, but I'm getting this really often these days. But still, let's move on to the charts without wasting much time. The first thing, the equity as usual, starting with the watch list, the first that we have is Bharti Airtel. Now, Bharti Airtel has broken a critical level of 475, which it had been, previously rejected from very strongly. So now that that level's been broken and that level's been taken out, I do expect it to be sustained pretty strongly. Now, of course, uske upar hai, so we're going to go for a pullback trade. So the trade idea that we have planned is to go for a long at 475, stop loss at 470, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. The second one that we have is Mindtree, where we are again going to go for a long because we have a strong consistent support level at 1310. So we have a simple long plan there, stop loss at 1290, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the third one, Sun Pharma, we are going to go for a breakout trade on this one because every time it has been rejected from 518, 520. But this time, instead of making a lower low, it has made a higher low, which means that the buying pressure has kicked in a bit earlier this time around. Also, the recent candle that we have on an early time frame is pretty strong. It means that the buying pressure is still persistent. So we are going to go for a long above 518, stop loss at 512, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to the fourth one, Maruti is the same trade that we have before. It's a short at 6900, stop loss at 6975, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. You can check that again, watch the previous video if you can. The reasoning has been mentioned there. The final is Asian Paints, where we are going to go for a short position at 2200 because that was a strong support. It was a small demand zone too, but now it has acted as a supply zone twice in a row. It makes a lot of logical sense to go for shorts at 2200, stop loss at 225 or 2225, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now coming on to my favorite side of things, the indices. Now of course it's going to be slightly tricky because once again we are at fresh market highs. The problem with being at fresh market highs is that while it's good for investors, it makes trading a bit tricky because now you have just one-sided levels on the downside, which are the support levels, which are, well, ideally resistance turn supports. Well, on the upside you don't have any clear defined entry points or ranges. So what we have used here is just Fibonacci to consider the top level of 12830, and the nearest zone that we have is at 12750. So to me, every pullback to 12700 right now is a good long with the stop loss going anywhere between 12630 to 12600. That is what I have planned for tomorrow by the charts. Now when I talk about the option chain, I have immediate resistance at 12900, which is pretty far away, with 164,000 added contracts. Significant at 13,000, of course, with just 66,000 added contracts. On the support side, I have 12,700 with 515,000 added contracts, and significant at 12,500 with 120,000 added contracts. Now the option chain isn't really super active right now, so I don't have a strong bias from there. But when we talk about the PCR, that comes out to be at 0.94, which means that the put buyers or the option buyers in general did buy a lot more puts than they bought calls. So the herd sentiment does indicate some, short term negative view, but let's see. I don't really think that that's going to hold on. And right now, just as per the charts, every pullback to 12,700 does look like an entry for longs. Just waiting for the small pending gap to be filled. That might give an actual good entry as well. Moving on to the second index, Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, the scene is slightly different because it's not exactly near fresh market, fresh recent highs, just like Nifty was. So right now, trading Bank Nifty is going to appear to be a lot simpler because we have a lot of reference points rather than trading Nifty. Now on Bank Nifty, we have this immediate range of roughly 12,870 to, sorry, not 12, but 28,750 to 28,450. So this 300 points ka range is the immediate trend deciding range for Bank Nifty. Either side, I would like to take the range until the new zone. If it breaks on the upside, straight 200 points. If it breaks on the downside, again straight 200 to 250 points. So it's a really simple trading idea for tomorrow. Let's see how it acts out. When we talk about the option chain, I have immediate resistance at 28,800 with 49,000 added contracts. Significant at 29,000 with 244,000 added contracts. On the support side, I have immediate support at 28,500 with 87,000 added contracts. Significant support at 28,000 with 127,000 added contracts. When we talk about the PCR, the interesting thing is it comes out to be at a neutral 0.79. So the PCR volume for Bank Nifty isn't really giving us any indications whatsoever. It's pretty much evenly balanced between the call buyers and the put buyers. So let's see how it acts out tomorrow. Now this marks the end of today's video, guys. These are all the charts that I had to discuss with you guys. Let's start the first actual trading session of our new year on a really good note tomorrow, and fingers crossed we should end the day in green tomorrow as well. It's a regular thing, but it just feels special. First training session of the year. As usual, if you want all the charts, you can check us out on Telegram @ApexFinServe. We post everything everywhere, Instagram and Twitter too, if you fancy one of those platforms. As usual, if you are here with me till the end, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, press that bell notification icon, and if you've done so much, please leave a comment as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.